Hello, world. What's up? Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Matt Forte. We are here live at the Build Studio in New York City. Our next guest is an actor, director, comedian, prolific IG content creator. Guy's got a podcast, got a ton of stuff going on, and I'm thrilled that he's back on the show to talk to us all about it. Season 3 of his Netflix original Atypical dropped just a few short days ago, and the show is the best it's ever been. If you're not watching it, you're missing out. Folks, the always awesome Mr. New York himself, Michael Rapaport, is back. How about that, huh? You guys excited? They're excited. Are you excited? You, person on the internet, you better be excited. We're going to bring them out in just a second. But first, I believe we have a trailer for the show. So let's go ahead. Let's run that clip.
Feast your eyes. My official Denton student ID. You can now call me Denton Student 9783210.
This is so exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Casey, take a picture of us.
Okay, no reason I should be in it as a member of this family.
I recently realized that the essence of a penguin is the thing that stays true about them in any situation.
There's my college student.
It's a whole new world, Sammy. You can be whoever you want.
I want to live in the dorms. Is it always the squeaky?
Not sure. I mean, I usually don't open and close it 35 times, but you do.
Penguins need each other.
Knock, knock.
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Since Slurpee night.
They look out for the good of the colony.
I have tried so hard to get Doug to forgive me.
I have been avoiding having a big talk.
Just know I can't wait forever.
4 out of 5 students on the spectrum don't graduate college within 4 years. That means my chances of success are very low, and I'm basically doomed.
I don't know what's going on with you. You haven't been yourself lately.
There's only so far I could step back before I feel like I'm falling off a cliff.
She's the one who cheated, but I'm the bad guy.
Marriage is a choice you make every morning when you wake up. You still making that choice?
I love you so much.
It sucks you're avoiding me.
I just never thought that my life would turn out like this.
Casey, I told you not to touch my tortoise. Hey!
Does it ever occur to you to just leave your brother alone?
Never.
It's about letting the people in your life have the space to come to you.
A penguin stays, struggles, and perseveres.
Sam, you are resilient. Like a cockroach? Just trying to think of something less gross, but sure.
Hey, can you see my nipples through this shirt?
No.
Yeah, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Michael Rapaport is back. Come on.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
It's so great to have you on the show again, man. Welcome back. Congratulations, Season 3. Holy crap, it's so good. This show's fantastic. It's been out in a while for about a week-ish, give or take.
Yep.
And everybody is binging the hell out of it. Nothing but beautiful things to say. I saw a review, said it's the best it's ever been. I agree. That's got to be nice to see.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see, to have a show be on the air for 3 years and then, to continue to resonate with people. I love the emotion that it provokes from the audience. I love that it's, an eclectic audience because it resonates with parents and with kids. It is a family show. I'm not used to partaking in those things.
Yeah.
I've been making movies and television for so long, and you never really know how things are gonna, people are gonna respond to them. So I'm really proud of the kind of success this is having and the kind of response it's having. Because, like I said, you really don't ever know. You can't predict if people are gonna like something, not like something. Sometimes you think something's dope, people don't really get to see it, or whatever the case is. So I'm really excited about the future of Atypical, and I'm excited about Season 3 dropping and, being watched and binge watched, all over the world. It's cool.
Yeah, how long did it take for you guys to film this?
I think it took what is it? 10? It's 10 episodes. I think it's like 11 weeks, 12 weeks.
Is it weird?
We move quick.
I was gonna say, 11, 12 weeks of your life, and then people consume the entire thing in like a day.
I don't care about that. I mean, I think about that sometimes. Like, you could probably Well, you definitely watch it quicker than, a day's work if we work long hours. But, that's the way people watch TV now, or if they're even watching on TV. It don't make a difference to me as long as they're watching it and they're liking it. It ain't my business how you watch it or how fast you watch it. If you're watching it, if you're binge watching it, that means you're enjoying it. I love acting. I love working on the show. I love the character, and I'm very proud of Atypical.
I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about the character, and we'll get to that in a second. One of the things I was really curious about, because you're right, historically, the responses that the things that you've been in, and keep me honest, this is like a unique character for you as an actor. We don't get to see you in this role a lot. This might be one of the first times we see you sort of this restrained character, and it gets a specific response. People come up to you crying. People are saying all different things. Has that been weird to navigate that? What's that been like to get that for the first time?
No, it's not weird. My persona, my public persona, and the persona that I show with the world, I call it disruptive behavior. I could curse, right? We're not
whatever you want.
Shit talker and all that stuff. Is different from this character. Just like so. It's just it's fun to be seen that way. It's fun to. People like curious about the difference. Is that real you? Is this real? I'm a professional. I'm aware of what I'm doing. It takes a genius to play a fool, and I think I do that well. Not that I'm saying I'm a genius, but not that I'm not saying I'm not a genius.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah. So I dig it. And the tones of a character are dictated by the writing and by the show, and this character has a more of a hard time articulating his feelings, but he's a very emotional person. He just is not good at explaining them very well, and it's a fun part to play. It's a little emotionally taxing at times because he's so sort of introverted, and I'm not used to that. But acting is my first creative love. I love it so much, and I'm happy to continue to be able to do it and continue to be able to have opportunities. And show business is such a thing you have so little control of so many times. So many facets of it. So, I'm just enjoying it. I enjoy it probably more so than I ever have, just because I'm so much more aware of the things you're not in control of, more so than when you're young and innocent and you're earnest and figuring out the business. And the business has changed. Like, we're talking about a TV show, and when I started as an actor, like TV was, like second fiddle to movies, and now movies are almost a niche thing. There's so few people that could really earn a living doing just movies, and TV is where it's at for the bulk of the actors. And there's such great stuff on network television and pay cable and streaming. So it's a fun time to be an actor, because I think there are a lot of opportunities.
Have you ever, you mentioned about how you know what you're doing, and you have your persona that you put out there, like your internet persona, you have the character that you're playing here. Have you ever been met with any friction from someone trying to control that external persona? You talk about the things you do and don't control. You get to control how the people perceive you on the internet, but has somebody tried to tell you, hey, maybe don't do this because it's going to do this or that or impact things?
The only person who's I don't mind people saying, the only person who vocalizes the stuff the most is my wife. She gets concerned about the way I'm perceived, or if people understand that it's a joke, or people understand why I'm saying things. Or she's the only one, and I have no problem with that. My mom, every now and then, in a red light situation, but at the end of the day, it's just my tone. I'm a New Yorker, and I have a New York tone, and it could but if you actually listen to what I say, I'm not really saying much. I'm not saying much, and it's not there's no red flags. I'm not scary, or I don't want to be perceived as scary. It's just it's just that New York tone that, that we have as New Yorkers that I think people are like, what the fuck,
I think that tone, it's also, it's why your videos are as popular as they are. People respond to that tone. There's an authenticity to that. We know that that's your tone.
Right. It's my tone. It's my tone. And I like that. And it wasn't anything intentional. The social media response that I have and that I get and the pot that gets stirred, like it wasn't on purpose. It still isn't on purpose. Sometimes I'll do a video like, oh, this is going to be great, and no one gives a shit. And, you don't really know. You don't really know how it's going to be perceived. But it is sort of like a creative outlet in a weird way. It's a strange thing. I know like artists be like, oh, it's... For me, the videos and the expressing myself or, the tongue-in-cheek, the joking or even like the Trump stuff, it's just like if I go, those fucking sneakers are dope. Those are dope-ass sneakers. And I'll be like, yo, I just saw these dope-ass Nikes, and, blah, 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 blah. And the shits were blue, but I thought they were purple. And, I never saw them before, and blah, 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 blah. And then I'll just put it up. But I don't think about it. It's just, I just say it, the majority of the time I'm by myself. So it's like, oh, LeBron, fuck you, LeBron, or,
And it just happens.
whatever it is. So I just put it out there and, and I haven't had any issue with it. The only time I've gotten, in my opinion, misunderstood is when I tweet the writing because they can't hear the tone or the sarcasm or the innuendo. That's what one thing I've learned is to watch what you write. For me, because I'd rather put my face on it and say it because you could hear the fluctuation, you could see the wink, and the humor. That's my advice for social media is like watch what you write because it could be misconstrued more than video.
It can be misconstrued, and there's also something to be said for literally standing behind what you're saying, showing your face and saying it, not just tweeting. I know that's not necessarily the impetus for that decision, but I do like that. I appreciate that I'm watching.
I feel safer showing my face.
This is me. I'm saying it. This is how I'm saying it, and it's like there's no clearer way.
You'll hear the tone better.
Exactly.
The written word, it could be fucked up, especially if you're talking shit.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
And that's a different...
I know there's people around me that are like, oh, this fucking guy's crazy. And, I know, and I know that there's been things and but it's just, I'm all in and there's more good that comes from it than negative.
I think so. And you know what? Another
For me.
great, a great literal illustration of that is how much you've been sort of highlighting all the good and love for this show. Something that you've been diligently working on is if somebody has appreciated or connected with this show, you have brought them to your platform, and your story is just like tons of fans who are really connecting with this. That's got to be time consuming, is it not? How do you find time for that? As someone I'm terrible at finding time to use. I'm not great with the social media stuff. I never make time for it. You, sir, I would imagine it's work.
It is work, but in this day and age, social media is such a great platform, and I do, for the most part, like my social media is up until recently hasn't really been to promote. It's just been for fun. But because I know the show means a lot to a lot of people, and it means a lot to the cast and the crew and the writers, like, if you take the time to say, hey, there's been so many, like I said, emotional responses to the show that I'm like, give them their, like let them know I see you. Yeah. I see you, when you meet people on the street, you can say, oh, I appreciate, thank you so much. Or, they want to take a picture, you do that. But like, I see the social, and because it's not just me, it's a group of people and it's a collective, and it's so fucking hard to keep a show on the air. Yeah. It's so hard. People don't understand how hard it is. And I don't even understand, after doing this for 30 years, exactly what goes into a show being brought back and not being brought back. So when you're, going good, I'm like, yo, I want to show the fans that I see them, and I want to show the powers that be, yo, look, because you're not getting rid of this show. Like, like I don't want that to happen. So it's that, but it's really just to let the fans know that I see it. So it is a little bit more time consuming, but it's well worth it for me for something I'm proud of.
I wanted to ask you, you talk about you've been in this business for 30 years, and, we mentioned when you're making social videos, you don't know, oh, this is going to be the shit, and then nobody cares. You've said before, over the years, you've made a lot of stuff that's not so good. You've made a lot of stuff that's great. Do you know, like, this show is great. Do you know while you're making the thing, at what point in the process do you realize this is a great thing that I got to be a part of?
This has been a little bit different. Because normally I could tell I have a pretty good gauge. This has been a little bit different because of the emotion that it provokes in people. That's not something you could predict. So this has been a little bit different because of that. And the range of people, because kids like it and adults like it, and, is it millennials in their 20s?
Yeah, millennials.
They like it, and the parents like it. So it's been a little bit different. It's been a little bit different seeing who it resonated and how it would resonate, to be honest with you. Because usually I could tell this is good, this isn't good. But it doesn't matter. So, I did another show. I thought it was fucking great. And then they shut it down. This show called White Famous on Showtime with Jay Farrell. I love that show. We did one season, they stopped at it. It was bullshit. And, I know there's reasons why, and there's politics behind the scenes that no one would explain. But I'm just like, it's just, I don't know. So that's why I said, like, you don't know. So when you get to season 3, I'm like, yo, I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're watching the show. You know what I mean? And you watched all 10 episodes. Oh, shit. Yo, what does it take? I'm not precious with, like, social media. Some people are, like, precious with it, like, like you watched all 10 episodes over the weekend, I'll repost your shit. Like, thank you.
Right.
I busted my fucking ass. We all busted our ass. There's all, people bust their asses making these shows. So, like, that's fucking dope that you dig it, so that's how I am. And not everybody's like that, but that's how I am.
You get to and you're right. So getting to season 3 is not easy. One of the beautiful parts of getting to season 3, I had Bridget here last week. We were talking.
She did good.
She did real good. Yeah, she's great.
She's a really good actress.
She's amazing, right?
Very, very good.
She was so funny. She was here. It was Halloween. She was dressed as Keanu Reeves in the Matrix. She was great. Yeah, she was fantastic.
She's a really good actress.
I asked her. I said, by season 3, does the TV family start to feel like a real family? And she said, absolutely. She told me the first time she met you, she said she pushed you or she punched you. She tried to knock you over or something. She told some crazy story. It was really funny and endearing. And I'm curious for you, 3 seasons, working with these kids, what does it feel like? Does it feel like family at that point?
Yeah, I mean, especially, Jennifer Jason Leigh, like that's my girl. I have such respect for her. I had such respect for her. I started working. We have like a different kind of relationship, obviously, than I have with the kids. She's such a great storyteller, and she's so quiet, but like she's such a great storyteller. She's worked with so many different people over the years, so we deal with each other more like we're like 2 adults. The kids, Kier and Bridget, like me and Kier, we don't even talk that much, but not anything like beef. Like he's kind of to himself, and the characters disconnect. So I've done scenes with Kier where I'll literally show up, I say hello, we'll rehearse it, go back. Shoot, it'll be cut, wait a couple of minutes, do it again, cut, wait a couple, and we just communicate as the characters. It's kind of a cool thing. Wow. I like it. It's not normal. Yeah. I wouldn't call it, I would say it's atypical, but I like it because we don't like, he's not a small talker, and I'm just like, cool. Like, we just kind of communicate as the characters. Not that we're like in characters like some Daniel Day-Lewis shit. And then Bridget's just cool. Like, we bullshit around. And she's just really interesting actress. Like, she's just really good and very honest and plays beats very well. Whether it's dramatic, funny, reverent. She just has really good, when I look at like actors, sometimes I look at like the crayon boxes, like the 16, there's the 32, and the better the actress, the more the crayons. Right. So she's got a lot of crayons to play with. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. You've been working on building up your crayons over the years.
Yep.
And I imagine you need a lot with Doug. There's a restraint to his character.
Yes.
But he's also processing some complicated, painful shit, man. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering, how do you balance that between communicating this stuff's really difficult and he's really struggling with it, but maintaining that restraint?
The restraint is been like the biggest thing, like to I don't say challenge, it's not challenge, because I say challenge, there's challenges in the world, but that's been the trickiest thing to do, is to play the restraint. My brother is a reference in my head, not that anybody, but he's a reference for the character, because my brother is more restrained than I am. You know, so I think about my brother a lot when I'm doing the character, and I, you know, like, it's just something about him that reminds me of my brother. So I'm able to think, and I, you know, to be honest, I don't even know my brother that good, but I know his emotions very well.
Older or younger brother?
Older.
Older brother.
We're very different, but he's my brother, you know what I mean? So I think about him when I'm playing the characters, like, and how would he say things, and how would his face be, and what would this do to him? So, you know, and, you know, some things you don't have to even, some parts you don't have to think about. This is one I have to think about, and because he's more like pulled back, that's not, you know, like, I'm good at articulating my emotions, even if it might just be anger and happy, like maybe not everything in between, but I am good at least those two colors, you know what I mean? So this character's just kind of like, you know, more shot, just reserved, not in touch with his emotions he doesn't have an Instagram account. Let's just put that, no.
He does not. Well, you do a phenomenal job. All you guys, like you said, you can tell you're having a great time making it. You're busting your ass. It's a great show. There's a reason people love it, man.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the audience in a second, but there's one other thing I had to bring up, especially, I think, for any actor that's out there, especially someone who came up in the 90s. You had a massive achievement. For me, it doesn't get any bigger than this. We have a picture I wanted to bring up here really quick. You were on The Simpsons,
yes,
sir. You made it.
Yep.
That is it.
Yep.
That is like one of the goals. Yes, applaud for that. Mike Wegman. Right?
Yep, that was dope.
Oh my God.
And the hand gestures were so incredible. Like, they got the hands and the talking, and it was so cool. And, you know, doing The Simpsons, it was unlike anything that I've ever done before, because it takes so long to make one episode. And the writers, particularly the executive producer right now, Matt Selman, he reached out and said, "Would you be interested in doing an episode of Sims?" I was like, "Yeah." So I met with him, and he was like, "This is what we're thinking. This is what we're thinking." And I was like, "That sounds cool." And then he said, "You know, I'll get in touch with you." And 3 months later, he said, "This is what we're thinking. This is what we're thinking." I said, "All right, that sounds cool." And then he, like, a month later, he said, "This is what we're thinking." I said, "All right, cool, let's do it." And he said, "All right, well, you know, in about 6 months, we're going to have a script." Literally say 6 months. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, I was like, he said, "Where are you going to be October something of 2018? I said, "I have no fucking idea." He said, "Well, we're going to have a table read, like, you know, October 25th of last year." And I was like, "Cool." So 6 months later, they say, you know, "Yo, table reads a couple of weeks." I go to the Simpsons place and I do the reading. Yeah. They wrote this character. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." And then when I'm doing the reading, like, all the actors who are playing, they're all there. And the one guy who plays Homer, he does a bunch of, and they're jumping back and forth in their voices. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Doing it for years. It's easy for them.
Boom, boom, boom. Like, they'll go from, you know, they'll do a scene by themselves, you know, playing two different characters. And I think Hank Azaria was on the phone, and they've been doing it so long. And then, you know, they say, "All right, next week you're going to come in and do the recording." And then I'm like, "All right, cool." So I come and do the recording, and then I don't see anything. Obviously, there's no character drawn to me. And then, you know, a month later, they said, "We're going to do some more recording." And then, like, I wait another 6 months, and I go and there's like a colorless version of this, and we do some added lines. And then 3 months later, I go and there's like, it's kind of like almost this, but I don't see me moving. They're showing me like pictures, and then I don't get to see it until it's on the air. But I was so tripped out by it, because the character was Mike Webman, but it was like a version of myself. But just the way he talked and all this shit, and, like, you know, the way they had his hands, like, it was a trip. So I was really proud of it. And, you know, it wasn't just like a walk-on. Like, I was like the character in The Simpsons and shit.
You were a primary character in that whole episode. It was amazing. There's already, like, in the Simpsons, like, the internet Wikipedia, like, all the fans, there's an entry for Mike Wegman and, like, his character's story.
Good.
It's amazing.
Good.
You are in the world. It happened. Yeah.
I'm happy about it. And they got me with the Knicks jersey on. I think they had to get clearance, but they said what number. I said Bernard King, because he's one of my favorite Knicks. And, You know, they got that in my hair, and he got freckles and shit. Like they got me skinny, which was dope, and it just I liked it. The whole thing was dope.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. I just thought that was the coolest thing. I got to bring this up. This had to be huge.
I was super proud. I was tripping out when I was watching. Like, yo, this is fucking crazy.
Freaking Simpsons, man, it's amazing.
And you know, obviously you can't curse because it's symptoms, but he felt like he was cursing.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the tone.
It was the tone. It all comes
You know,
back to
people
the
tell
tone.
me my wife. That's something. She goes, your tone. And I go, what do you mean, my tone? You know, it's just a New York like you know, that's just what it is. I hit my T's and my R's and you know, it's like a pat. I know it could fuck people out, fuck people up. I know. Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse.
Well, congrats, man. It's a huge friggin' deal. I was so excited for you, dude. All right, we got some questions. The first one's from Twitter. This is at jhayes88. It says, what was your reaction to having your monologue from Beautiful Girls in the demo of a Taking Back Sunday song? Great romances of the 20th century was apparently it. So, did you know?
Shit, I didn't know that.
You're seeing his reaction right now. This is it.
Taking Back you know, people love that monologue. I love doing that film, and I'm sure when I see am I supposed to know Taking Back Sunday? Is that like a big group?
They're a pretty big band. Yeah, they're pretty big, but it's not in the genre that you usually fuck with. So I wouldn't expect it to be on your radar.
But I think it's cool though. I mean, listen, anything that I do that people dig, I'm cool. I'm excited. I'm honored by all of it. No bullshit. Like I appreciate all of it.
It's a great answer. We've got a couple questions in the room. Let's go ahead and do it up. You got microphones. First one looks like it's you right here, sir.
How you doing, brother? I love the way you talk. Your tone, as you said, is awesome. Real quick, I know everyone made a big deal about Morgan Freeman recording for Navigation System. I would pay top dollar to have you tell me that I missed the left turn and got to turn around like an asshole.
You missed the fucking turn, you motherfucker, you.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, please.
Let's
put that into the universe and let's have that happen. Yeah.
Let's do that. Or I could be an alarm clock. Somebody suggests I be an alarm clock. You're fucking gonna be late.
Everything. Just give me a quick thank you. That's all I ask. My question is about the Giants, actually. I know you're a fan. I wanted to know, because my opinion has kind of changed since. I wanted to know what your opinion was when we made the OBJ trade and what your opinion is about it now.
That's a good question. You know, he was so disruptive, and he's so great. But you know, the thing about football that's different than basketball, and you see it. You know, it's like you see a guy like Antonio Brown, and you're the big shit, and then they get rid of you, and the league goes on. And you know, they just shut down Cam Newton for the year because of injuries. You know, obviously, I would have loved for him to stay, but he didn't. He wasn't, as much as he was ready for the bright lights and big dreams in New York. Like, you can't act crazy like that here. Like, you can't do that anywhere. Now he's so. You know, I mean, I wish you would have had him. I think him and, you know, this young quarterback would have done well, but it had to. It was too combustible. And when you get to a point with football, with these receivers, for some reason they all think they're bigger than the game, and they like keep showing from Terrell Owens to Chad Ochocinco. Bye. Des Bryant, bye. You know, like when we're gonna keep going, and you know, we're gonna win without you. We're not. That's how football works. And I don't know why these guys keep thinking they're bigger than the game. You know, they're like, well, be myself. Be yourself on your Instagram account. You know, like you work at Starbucks. You got to put your fucking Starbucks thing on. You work at, you're a mailman. You gotta follow the rules. It's not just like, you know, it's like any job. You got to follow the fucking rules. You're a football player. They say wear the cleats. You wear the cleats. You want to wear your personal customized shit. You do that every other day, every other hour, except when you're playing football. Plenty of time for it. I don't understand why these guys don't get it. They're like, oh, I'm just being myself. Cool. You're going to be fine, and now you're in Cleveland. So that's what happens. I didn't want to see him go. He's unbelievable talent. But, like, he's in Cleveland. Like, he's not doing shit this year. Like, this is football. This isn't the NBA where you could score 37 points a night and be on a losing team. Like, you just become a regular guy. You're in Cleveland. You're a regular guy. I think he's 1 or 2 touchdowns this year, but regular dude. So
that's the lesson. Wear the cleats. So you go to Cleveland. We've got.
Hey, you want to wear the cleats? They tell you at halftime you're not gonna fucking play in the second half. Okay. Change your fucking cleats. You change the cleat. Why are you wearing them in the first place? You got like you want to. I don't get this shit with these guys.
We've got time for one more question. Let's go. One more.
Hi there. I was wondering if you had a favorite moment or scene this season of Atypical that really struck with you.
That's a good question. Favorite moment or favorite scene? I loved the scenes. I love the scenes with even when I loved all the scenes with Elsa, like how frustrated the character was. And it's funny I say the character because a lot of times I say I was, but because it is a character. But I love the emotional scenes, and those scenes stuck out to me. There was that one scene where we're like in the car and she's telling me about an apple and like throw the apple out and don't do it. Like that's probably like, see, like that's like more me, like, you know, fuck you, I'm throwing the apple out. So like that's why that stuck out of my head, because that character doesn't really articulate him. So like even that was like a good, like a gesture of emotion. He's like, fuck you, and he threw the apple out. So he didn't say fuck you, but that's what I was thinking.
That's a great question. Before I let you go, man, remind the world, Atypical is streaming right now on Netflix. We got to get that season 4. So if you haven't watched it right now. If you have watched it, watch it again, and let's make it happen. Also, I wrote this down real quick. You're gonna be in Portland next week. What are you doing?
I'm gonna be in Portland. You know, I'm doing stand-up comedy, so I'm on tour. I'll be in Portland next week, and then I'm in Sacramento, and all tickets for all the rest of my shows are at michaelrapaportcomedy.com, but I'm performing for the first time in Portland the 14th, 15th, 16th. I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to go to a Trailblazers game beforehand, so.
Nice. Of course. And so follow you on everything that you do. Follow at Michael Rapaport.
Yep.
Right? It's very easy to do.
Yep.
Check out this show. Hit him up in Portland. And that's it. Thank you so much for being a great audience and hanging out with us, asking great questions. Keep doing that, but louder, because this is Michael Rapaport right here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.